Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So all are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and share the video with your friends, your colleagues. Okay. So let me talk about today's topic is RDS. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about Oracle DB. Okay. So what we are going to do. So if you are able to see this, the architecture, we are going to build the AWS instance in the public subnet, and we are going to create a Oracle RDS in the private subnet. So we are going to connect via EC2 machines. That means we are going to connect Oracle DB instance in the any Linux servers. Okay, if you're able to see, so whenever any person, if you wanted to connect it to Oracle DB in your EC2 machine, so this is how architecture will be there. So for example, this you are the user here, and you are going to connect internet gateway, and so internet gateway attached with the VPC. Okay, so we are going to launch a EC2 machine in the public subnet so that you can able to connect to EC2 machine, and EC2 machines, it is allowed for the particularly for this DB instance. Okay, so this is how we are going to connect it. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do it in the Anson. Okay, so let's get started. So now I'm going to create a EC2 machine. Okay, so I'll just mention it database here. Okay, so I'm going to select Amazon Linux, which is a latest version to 2023 MI. Okay, so I'm going to connect any free version is fine, or I'm going to select it on virtual CPU. And I don't want any key pair because I'm going to connect via console itself only. So if I'm talk about security group, so I'll be selecting existing one because so I have allowed all the port numbers, all the traffic here. Okay, so I don't want to talk about VPC and subnet because I have already covered this session. So what is VPC, subnet, public IP, and security group, everything. So now I'm going to select the instance profile called SSM because I wanted to connect via console itself only. So I don't want it to download the key pair and I can connect via my local machine. So I'm not going to do it. So we can connect it from the AWS console itself only. Okay, if you are not able to do it, AWS console, you can, there is a option called Cloud Shell. Okay, from here also you can able to do it, guys. Okay, so let's see the status of the EC2 machine. Okay, so till the status shell check pass, so we are going to create a RDS. Okay, so now I'm going to create a RDS. Okay, so from here I'm going to select the Oracle DB. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to select it easy to create. Okay, this is the easy way to provision uh, DB easily, or we can save the time also. If you wanted to go for the standard, you need to do some modifications like availability, security group, everything. So I don't want it to do it. Okay. So this is for the testing purpose. Okay. I'm going to select it Oracle. Okay. So from here, I'm going to select dev and test. So the master username is admin and database name is database one. So I'm going to select it auto generated password, and I'm going to create a database. Okay, so this RDS, it takes some time to provision. Okay, so let's wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so still it is taking some time to create it. So in the meantime, what we can do it, so we'll connect it to our EC2 machine. Okay, and we are going to do some installation. That means we are going to do some packages need to be updated. So let's do the updation. So I'm going to update the packages. So I'll just maximize it so that so the package everything is up to date. Okay. So let's download the some packages. Okay, and we are going to run the Oracle client installation. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to run the third command. Okay, it will ask for yes or no. Okay, so the installation is completed. Okay, so now what we can do it, we need to connect our RDS. Okay, so let's see that are we able to see the endpoint? So still we did not see any endpoint. So let's wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. So let's see, still we did not get any database endpoint. So let's refresh it. So if you wanted to get the endpoint, it takes some time because status it is showing still creating. So CP is back to normal. Let's refresh. So it will take another 1 to 2 minutes maybe. So let's wait for to come up the endpoint, guys. So I think we have get the endpoint details. Okay. So let me copy the endpoint details. Let me go to the EC2 console. So now I wanted to connect it to our DB instance. Okay. So how to do it? Okay. So let me copy the commands, how to connect it. Let me do some modification. Database one. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to connect it to our database RDS endpoint. So I'm going to use SQL plus my username is admin and this is for the endpoint. So this is a port number and this is for the database name. Okay, let me enter it. So it is asking for the password, right? So when we created the RDS, we have received username and password. So I'm going to paste it, the password. So now we are into the, so still it is asking for the enter username, point, enter. So it is showing incorrectly. So we have mentioned the username is admin correct. Database endpoint. So let's check what is the issue. So let's try to connect once again. So so I just removed the database -1 because I wanted to connect it, right? So I think so I have used the database full name. Okay, if you're able to see this is the one. So no need to use the database -1. We can just go ahead and we can use it database and we can just mention the password here. So we are able to connect the RDS. Okay. So let's run some sample SQL commands. Okay. So I'm going to exit. So are you able to see that? So we're able to see the today's date. Okay. So later what the Oracle team, they will take care it how to create a database, how to run the tables, everything. So till that, so we should do it. Okay. So this is all about the RDS topics. I think I have covered almost 3 topics for the RDS. Okay. So for the coming session, I'm going to cover it Lambda. Okay. So how to use the Lambda. Okay. So there is a lot of topics are there. So I'm going to cover it max to max 4 concept. Okay. So later you can try to use it your own. Okay. So for the sample, I'm going to cover it 4 topics for the Lambda. Okay. So let's connect tomorrow or whenever. I'm free. So I'm going to record the session. Okay. Thank you everyone. Okay. Before uh, leaving the session, so please subscribe my channel, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.